So, episode 14 of Founders Field Notes. This is, so I'm going to talk about all my businesses, what's working, what's not working, what I'm changing, and hopefully there'll be something, not only will you get like an update, but hopefully you might get something useful. That's my intention anyway, with giving these kinds of updates. Not only do I get to keep an accountability and a running sort of diary, but also other people might get something out of it. Let's start with the main one, Skyline fire stopping. So things going much better within Skyline. We have some cash coming in the bank. We're paying down some of the money we owed, which is good news because I hate owing people money. And not only just are we getting stuff done, but we're also growing some new clientele. Now, how am I doing that? So you might remember a few weeks ago, I had that conversation with Phil Graham. And one of the things that Phil really pushed on me was to become an authority within my sector. Now, that's quite hard to do because everyone wants to be an authority. But coming outside of the box a little bit with it, how have I done that? So instead of going to builders and developers and all this kind of stuff, what I've actually been doing is I developed a CPD style presentation to give to architects, right? And I can deliver it to anyone really. And it's kind of a workshop-y presentation on early involvement of fire stopping. Now, this is really good because if you follow me, you would have seen that I do a load of presentation stuff, and it's something that I'm trying to develop a skill of. So I'm actually quite well suited to this particular role. I've just never done it with fire stopping. So what I'm doing now is I'm going into architectural firms and I'm delivering presentations about fire stopping and the regulations that architects need to nail, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And what that does is that positions me perfectly so that when those guys have fire stopping questions, they think of me and they come to me or Skyline. So it's working really well. I won't waffle on too much about that, but that's what's going on with Skyline. So things are going well. 4 Strings Property. We have a meeting this Friday with some of those potential people about coming on board. Essentially, what I'm thinking is about with 4 Strings is putting together kind of like a dream team of people who can get a lot of stuff done. I don't have many updates with 4 Strings Property, but I will have next week, okay, after that meeting or after those meetings. One thing I will say though, take away from the 4 String scenario, if you find yourself getting stagnant, then find someone who isn't. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of all I do. If I don't know something or if I feel like I'm out of my depth with something, I find someone who can help, and then I just kind of pull that lever. Okay, life coach. The big one is life coach. So I've had a mental shift with life coach. We had a call with our developer the other day. And we were talking about how, we're getting people onto the app and they're using it, but it's very slow. And one customer at a time is, I want like 500 to 1,000 users, and we're not near that number yet. And it's going to take a lot of time. And time is not something that we have. There's an element of urgency around Life Coach because it's an AI business and AI is just developing at such a rapid rate. And what am I better at? Right, I'm better at B2B. Business to business. It's just a better strategy for me. And when I think about it, how I've run my businesses, I'm not really a systems guy and I'm not really very analytical and all of these kinds of things. But I am good, I hate saying it makes me cringe, but I am good on the leadership front because I like people and I like dealing with people, and I like bringing people in and I like dealing with teams, and I like leadership, right? And one of the things that I've really tried to do in my businesses, whether staff knew it or not, was I tried to develop the people, not just the business. Okay, so because it was always my belief that happy, fulfilled, driven people make better team members, employees, subcontractors, whatever. So if you can develop the people, then the rest kind of takes care of itself. And that kind of like was a light bulb moment. I was like, what if we did this for other businesses? So what if we went into other businesses? Let's say, you pick a business, right? Like, let's say it's one of these architectural firms and they've got 150 employees. Well, they have budgets which they have to put to HR and executive coaching and all this kind of stuff. It's all done in big companies, right? And small ones too. So how can you help those people develop their people? Well, we've got the tool to do it, right? And it's way more effective for younger businesses. They can give their people this tool and they can use it. And because of the UI and the dashboard, there's like an accountability aspect there. So if you have a business and you want to develop your people and you want to hold them accountable, this is perfect for it. So I'm really sort of like, it all seems to be clicking into place. Then it makes it easier. I have to sell to businesses, and I'm better at selling to businesses than to people. In fact, when I was doing my coaching, I often struggled to sell to people because I just kind of like would want to give it away for free. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know why, but I'm much better at dealing with business, B2B, like selling into businesses. Businesses have money. Businesses need to spend that money. It's going to work for them. So it just feels more suited to me. So I'm really working on that. And it was, it's interesting, right? It didn't occur to me, but then I looked at my track record of success and I was like, well, all of my successes have been business to business. So why wouldn't I put this in that why wouldn't I put life coaching in that category as well? So that's what I'm doing. The reason this came about is because we were on this call with Phil, one of our developers, and he said, yeah, B2C, man, it's just really hard. And I remember hearing that and being like, well, why are we doing it then? Like, not that I'm shy about doing hard things, but if there is an easier way, if there's a longer lever, then why aren't we pulling it? Goes back to the point about pulling levers, right? Let me just touch on the personal brand stuff as well, because that is something I'm doing, obviously. That is something I'm doing alongside the businesses. I am in that stage with the personal branding thing, the YouTube, the Instagram, the LinkedIn, where I'm like, I'm in that valley of despair bit, where it's kind of like, why did I start doing this? It doesn't feel like it goes anywhere. I do get progress, right? I've got the follower accounts go up, the subscriber counts go up, the views on YouTube, you know. But you got to remember, right, it's not about those numbers. It's not about how many people are watching. It's about who is watching, right? And it's about sharpening the sword as well of skills. Like, what skill am I acquiring along the way? Am I getting better at this? Are my videos getting better? Is my editing getting better? Is my communication skills getting better? This is what it's really about. And I think those vanity metrics, like how many views I've got, how many followers I've got, they're really interesting because they don't do anything for you. That being said, the Instagram stuff has been really interesting because obviously if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen I put some nicely produced videos up on Instagram. And they get no love, right? And then I put up a post the other day, it was just a picture, and I was waffling on about something. I think it was about training. And it got a much bigger reaction. So it's and what surprised me is the picture wasn't that good, but the caption was quite long, but people took the time to read it, and for whatever reason it resonated with them. I put up on my Instagram story about it. I was like, what made this get 0 likes and this get like 50 in a few minutes? And a couple of people responded and were just like, because this one's highly edited, highly cultivated, this one's Hollywood and this one's authentic. So, and you know, you can try to be as authentic as you want, but really it is a skill. Being authentic is the ability to post or talk on camera like you do in real life. That is a skill that you have to acquire. So I'm working on it. And I am paying attention, and I'm gonna continue. Like, perseverance is the name of the game. Behind the scenes, what's going on behind the scenes? Like, I have got no end of problems with HMRC. Like, it is, you know, it's all well and good, like wanting to be an entrepreneur and start businesses, but then they start sending you bills, and they want you to do things and send this and do that and do the other, and it is just, the more I deal with it, the more I am inclined to move away, and I really want to leave the UK, because it's just, for what I'm trying to do, build businesses, build teams, develop people, develop myself. This country is just too hostile for that, and it's. I mean, obviously people make it happen, and it works for some people, but for me, I don't know, man. Like, there's something about getting those bills in the post that just feels unjust, and I just don't think I want to pay into a system that I don't believe in. That's a whole other story. If you want to hear me talk more about that, then let me know, but I'm sure you don't need me complaining about HMRC. That's 12 minutes. I'll leave it there. What was it in this video that was useful? Let me know in the comments below. I really want to tailor these so that they're as useful as possible if you're watching them. If you have any questions, again, let me know in the comments box below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I drop 2 videos every week. And I will see you in the next video, which will be Sunday's vlog.